That is what I think youths or upcoming artists should do. They should forget about what they see on TV. They should forget about trying to be Magasco. It's not a one-day job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to be Mr. Leo or whatever. Like, it's not a one-day job. These guys, they've worked for years. It kind of sounds like what releasing songs nowadays. It looks easy, but it's not that easy.
You're listening to Stuck in the Middle podcast, a platform for entrepreneurs, innovators, artists, and movers and shakers of African descent. Hear stories, ideas, experiences, and advice on breaking the mold. This episode is brought to you by our online store. Visit sitmpodcast.com to shop Stuck in the Middle podcast gear.
Here with Magasco.
All right.
Man, most of y'all don't. How you doing?
Good.
Most of you who are watching and you don't know who is, which I don't know why, but he's one of the top artists coming from 237 Cameroon. I'm glad to have to sit down with you right now. Actually Stuck in the Middle, by the way, with Magasco. Man, tell the people, man, who really is Magasco for those who don't know who Magasco is.
Yo, Magasco, pretty much Bamenda boy. Yeah, the boy too like pigeon. And somebody who's in love with music, grew up in the streets of Bamenda, Cameroon, precisely. And yeah, he's in love with music, mostly dancehall, R&B, and Afropop.
Right. Man, I see that, I was doing a little research on you, and they said you're not age 6, you used to attend Catholic Church in Bamenda.
Yeah.
Like you would say that was your birthright, that was your upbringing. Like you started singing in church, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, pretty much my mom would take me to church and, like every normal person in church, every normal kid, I would try to, imitate what they're doing, and they were singing. Most of she's still part of the group in church, choir. So I would just join and sing, songs of praises and all that. And, that's when I started discovering my skills, because I would not just sing like others. I would try to blend in, like if they go in another direction, I come in with another flavor just to make it sound better. And that was it. And, everybody thought I was doing a good job, and yeah.
Yeah. Did you play any drums while you?
No, not really. I was just in the
choir dancing. Yeah, man. I also, my mom, she's a big Catholic church goer, and back then she used to drag me to the church, and I was in the choir, and she would have me sing, which I hate. I hated singing. I love the drums and stuff. That was where but there are other kids too that was singing that today, like for example, Ngoma, for example, that's my cousin, shout out to Ngoma. Like he was singing too in the choir, and now he's also, an artist like you. But Magasco, man, where did that name come from, Magasco?
Magasco wasn't even an artist name, it just came like that. Like, everybody has a nickname. If you've gone to school, college days, high school days, you just, you never really know where it comes from. And some people, it's maybe what they do, and they give them a nickname that has a meaning. But my case was just, the name just came out like that. My friends just felt like Magasco is cool, and I don't know how it changed, because back in the days I wanted people to call me Cisco.
Cisco, okay.
But I don't know how it, I don't know. Magasco just came from nowhere, from the thin air, and I didn't even want the name. And
because the kept saying it just stuck.
I remember the name became popular when I fought with somebody, because I was like, you know what, stop calling me like that. You need to put some respect on because my name is Anthony. If you don't want to call me anything better than that, just let go. And he kept insisting, like, Magasco, what's up? Like, we had a little fight, and from there
it just stuck.
When you don't want it, that's when they give it
right.
to you. That was it.
It's like when you fight something so much, people turn to instead do that just to irritate you more. But I mean, Magasco.
So the whole school, they heard one guy didn't want people to call him Magasco, so he fought, and that was it.
So everybody
was like,
Magasco,
you know what,
Magasco.
just to piss me off. And one day I was like, you know what, let me just take that's me, because everywhere I go, they'll still call it.
Right.
So when I started my career, I decided to take the name.
So, I mean, take us through a little bit, like take us from, when you started actually, like your very first track to the point where you felt like, you know what, I could take this mainstream. Like, how did that come about? What was the process like?
At first I was just doing it like 2006. I was just doing it for the love and everything. And 2009, I dropped an album locally in Bamenda. It was called Bamenda Boy One. And still doing it for the love, because I really didn't care about making money out of it. I remember I sold all my stuff, all my cool stuff I had back in the day just to produce that CD, like just to do a little bit of mass production. I needed to do like 2,000 copies, so it cost a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I had to sell all my stuff just to do that. I was only able to sell about 600 copies, and the rest I just shared it, because it was. Back then, I really didn't know what was the business. To me, it was all about just making people making people proud and all.
Right.
But then when I started working with Milmac back in the days, I learned a lot, because they had an idea. So shout out to Jules, shout out to Jovi. He was also part of Milmac. That's when I really started my musical career. Professionally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you knew Jovi back, like way back?
Not really way back. I met him, like immediately after I dropped, because when I dropped the thing a year later, when I dropped the CD, a year later, that's when I knew. I think I dropped the CD. I don't know. It's really way back, but it was just immediately after that.
So after that first album, then what? Like what came after that? I mean, saying that you sold, just
because it's the album that got their attention,
right?
And Jules came over to Bamenda and told me about the Milmac Dream and everything, and I joined. So from the album, there was this song Lion Loba.
Mm-hmm. Great song.
He thought it was a cool song, and we did a video for it, and. Yeah, and that's just how my career started. Like people started knowing me more from that video,
mm-hmm.
and everything just took off.
Kumba Market, that track, man. I've always wanted to know how that track was birthed. Like, how did you come about that concept?
Yeah, Kumba Market was a period where a lot of people don't know. That was a period where I had a lot of anger in me, because I was really. It was a point where I was really frustrated. Like if you listen to, I did the beat. I produced the beat.
Oh.
If you listen to the beat, it has a lot of, it wasn't that well mixed or mastered, but when you listen to it, it has a lot of anger in it.
Yeah, the beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was the emotion I had then. Because I was a little frustrated. I was, that was the period I part ways with the Milmac, and I was kind of lost. Like I didn't even know where I'm going to go. Like I knew professionally what I had to do, but I didn't have the means to do it. And I met a group of good friends. Mbengasa, he had the Akai group back in the days. He's the one that shot the video, Kumba Market. Like I went back home, knowing I don't have any team anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do something, and with that anger in me, that's how I just did the beat and vibed on it. And Kumba Market was the only thing. I don't know what Kumba Market did to me, but back in the days, I don't know. I just did it, and I dedicated the song to Kumba.
Right. Because I know. The very first time I heard that track, it kind of caught my attention just from the dance moves. The people who were actually dancing that song, they had like the craziest moves ever, and everybody would crack up. Because then I was in Michigan, and most of my friends I had out there were all Rwandese, all East Africans. So when I played it, the thing that caught everybody's attention were the dance moves. And then from there, everybody started vibing to the song because it was actually a good song. But one thing one thing that had me baffled was that, okay, you're a Bamenda boy, but you sang about Kumba Market. There was like that little confusion and stuff. So that's what I asked. That's what I asked about Kumba Market, like what birthed it. Man, after Kumba Market, right?
Yeah.
Wait, was that part of your first album?
No, that was just a new.
That was just
song.
a new.
Yeah.
Okay, from your first album, then you followed with you followed that album years later in 2015. Was 2015 you released your second album, right?
Yeah, that was an EP. Yeah.
It was an EP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that EP. Were you signed to Empire Records?
Yeah,
then?
it was immediately after Kumbo Market that I got a deal with Empire, and working with them, we dropped a couple of singles like Fine Boy, No Man No War, Marry Me.
Marry Me, yeah.
And then we decided to come up with an EP. So, because we were supposed to drop my album then, but then they have working with a new team. They had their own plans. They had their own ways of dropping albums.
Right.
So the process for them is a little bigger than what I thought. So it needed some time. So for me, I needed to put out something where people could just listen to me, So the idea of coming up with the EP, then I did the EP called Raw Gold and a couple of songs. And my best song was Mommy Love, a song that I wrote to my mom.
Okay.
I mean, if you haven't checked it out, you should.
No, I have.
Check it.
Definitely have. I'm big on iTunes.
Right.
I'm big on iTunes, so I definitely listen to all of that. Like right now, I play nothing but Cameroon music. I play nothing but Cameroon music, none of the Nigerian stuff, none of the Ghanaian stuff. Not to take away from their platform, but I feel like it's about time that we too also put ourselves on the map.
Yeah.
But for people who don't know what an EP is, could you define that for them?
An EP is like a mini album. Let's just say a mini album. Because an album is at least 10 songs.
Right.
So an EP can go 4 or 5 songs.
Okay.
Not up to 10. So an EP is a mini album.
Do you make money off an EP?
Of course. Even up to one song, you can still make money as long as you can put it on iTunes. And so with an EP, the same thing. You can put it on iTunes and you can still do CDs and make some money of it.
Man, with the piracy that's going on back home in Cameroon, like how do you artists survive? Because I know back in the day when I was actually, in Cameroon and stuff, when somebody comes out with, say, a movie or a song, you have all these people that, go in and they just rip it and they sell it, for cheap. Like, how do you guys survive?
I mean, it's just one of the problems, Before we only had piracy, but now we have technology, because technology has taken this thing way, way too deep. Like CDs, I don't think people still use CDs anymore.
Right, that's true.
That's why, I didn't even. Right now, I'm planning to. I have like 2 albums done already, so I don't plan doing CDs anymore. Maybe I could do it for my shows where I just give fans to go home, with something. But apart from that, I don't really plan doing like mass production of CDs anymore, because technology too has added to piracy. Piracy was the first problem. Now technology, we now have songs, MP3, like everything is transferred digitally and.
Feel like one person going to download it and then illegally put it back on.
The first person who buys it can easily share it to the rest, So right now it's really hard making money off, just selling CDs and all that. So we focus more on digital. We have to step up and focus more on the digital market. So
cool. For the young artists coming up, all the young folks out there who are trying to do music, right?
Yeah.
They have struggles and stuff. They like when we talk about management, making a video or even recording and stuff like that. What advice do you have for them? Like what routes? I mean, there are many different routes it could take, but for you, what stand out the most?
To me, it's just believing in yourself. And when you say believe, a lot of people are going to roll their eyes and say, "Oh, he's here. We go again. He's saying the same thing." Believing in yourself is not just having, faith. When I say believe, you should be able to give up, like, invest in your own self. Like earlier on, I told you about how I came up with my city. I sold everything. Like right up to my clothes.
Just to make that city.
Just to be able to produce CD and share them for free.
Right.
Like that's how much I believed in myself. That's how much I knew I was going to make a statement. And when you believe in yourself, that's the first thing. Like you can. There are a lot of things. Like I remember my mom. I had her card, her bank card. I had information. I had the codes. I would go and take money off it. I can't say steal because I told her I took it. But I took it without her permission.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would take money to go do my local videos. Because back in the days, I remember I did local videos like Bamenda Boy. I had like 4 videos. I had Bamenda Boy. I had Radio Talk. Yeah, I had local videos like that, and I directed them myself. And shout out to Gaundolo because he was one of those people who shot the videos. Back in the days, we go and rent a mini, this mini DVs.
The DVD. Yeah, the DV. Record the camcorder.
The camcorder.
Things.
We go rent them and then we come do videos. And sometimes they'll be like, "Let's not put it out because it wasn't that good." I'm like, "You know what? This is our level. Let's do it at this level."
Right.
Because it's not really the video. I was just trying to make a statement and let people know, first of all, I believe in myself and stuff. And that's how people started being interested. So, that is what I think youths or upcoming artists should do. They should forget about what they see on TV. They should forget about, trying to be Magasco. It's not a one-day job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to be Mr. Leo or whatever. Like, it's not a one-day job. These guys, they've worked for years, It kind of sounds like releasing songs nowadays, it looks easy, but it's not that easy because It's been a lot of work, it's been a lot of background work. And yeah, you just need to believe in yourself and you get there. That's just it.
Believe in yourself, people. Man, it's just a lot. It's a lot. You're touring the world right now. You're touring the world right now, pretty much. Like, did you see yourself here? Let's if you go back 5-6 years, did you see yourself here?
Honestly, where I am today, to me, it's bonus. Because when I started, my dream ended in Bamenda. My dream was being a superstar. To me, being a superstar was being known in my city, I didn't even think people would know me out of Bamenda. Like, my dream was I would just look around Bamenda and be like, whoa, one day I want to move around and everybody knowing me, like coming for autographs, doing shows in Congress Hall, doing shows in Franco Alliance, doing shows, all over Bamenda. Like, that was my limit. And, this dream just came true like that. Like, it even came and I was able to do shows all around the country and even all around Africa and now some parts of the world, To me, it's already a bonus. So I've already thanked God until I don't even know what to tell them anymore. Like, the truth is, it's already a bonus. Whatever thing is going on, like every day, like when they call me now, "Oh, we need you over in this country. We need you this way." I'm just like, "Thank you, Lord." But you know what? What you're doing right now is already too much because this is not even where I thought I would be.
Right.
And that was just signs that He has more plans to, and yeah, and I'm really grateful and I'm really happy and I thank Him every day.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Growing up back home, right? For me, per usual, like my mom or my parents always said, you have to be a doctor, or a lawyer, engineer.
Yeah.
There's 3 things, and for me, I'm like, well, I don't see myself being any of that because first, I don't like medicine. 2, I don't like the whole law thing, and 3, engineer. What? That sounds like far-fetched. Like, for you, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, like, did you hear any of that in your household?
Of course. We can't blame our parents because they do all that out of love. They want to see us, they want to see us better placed in the society. They want to be proud of us, when they talk about us, when they with their friends and other, So it's just a normal thing. Like every normal parent will tell you they want you to be this, they want you to be that. But now it's up to you.
That's true.
Most of them they say it like that, but they don't mean it. They say it just to guide you, so you know what they expect of you. If you could do better, then good. Most of them wouldn't say they want you to be the president because to them, they know it's impossible or maybe it's too big.
Yeah.
They might limit it at the level of doctor and all that, but deep inside they want you to be more, or they just want you to be. If you could be, that should be like the basics.
Base, right.
So it's up to you now to decide who you want to be. Because when I told my parents I want to do music, I want to be an artist, they didn't digest that easily. It was problems. I found myself being on my own for like 2-3 years. Going through a really hard time. But I still understood they did it out of love because they wanted me to change my mind and do something else, and they could support.
Most of.
But then when I started, evolving, like growing, and they saw that I wasn't just trying to be an artist for fame or whatever. I was just trying to do what I love because that's what I love. Like if God keeps me if I'm alive for the next 10, 20 years, 30, 40 years, I'm still going to be doing music, It's what I was born to do. Like naturally, that's what I do,
Yeah.
So when they found out that's really what I want to do, they started supporting. And, I'm traveling now, I have some fans. When I'm out there, even my parents, when she goes to places and if, when they find out, like that's Magasco's mom, they kind of appreciate her and show her some respect and stuff. Yeah. All that has made her to be proud of me, and yeah.
So like what when she found out that you break grounds, right? Like you came from this Bamenda boy to being known worldwide and stuff. Like what was that one thing she told you that hit home? If you could remember.
Well, I remember I was taking her to the hospital, right? We were just like regularly, cracking jokes and stuff. And I was driving. And at one point, she just started crying, like it was so emotional. And she told me she's really proud of me. Like I made it, no one was really there to support me, but I made it. I managed somehow to make it, and because things are not really the same anymore. Like when we go to places, like for instance, we can go to a bank of, I don't know, like places where you've got a lot of people. Somehow they kind of, when they notice me, they kind of treat me differently, or they take my case faster and stuff like that. And in most cases, I've been with her, and she saw like I'm kind of, I can't just say it. I've kind of been an important personality,
right.
And she's really proud of it. That's all she wanted. So it was really an emotional moment. She really told me, like, the fact that she was crying, tears of joy, and she was really proud. I could feel it.
Did I make you cry too?
Of course, telling you this right now, like, I really feel, I'm just trying to act up, what I'm saying? Like, every time I think of it, I get emotional.
Yeah. Because, all you wanted to do was make them proud, right?
Yeah, that's all.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, of course. I'm the last of my family. We're a family of 3.
3.
So there's a
boy,
there's a girl, and there's me.
Okay.
Shout out my big brother Emmanuel and Patience and me.
Man, I bet they're super proud.
Yeah, they all proud. They proud. Last time I was in Germany, I met my sister. She was so proud because that's where she is.
Mm-hmm.
She was so proud she had to drive like 8 hours just to come see me.
Wow. That's dope, man. That's really dope. I hope someday, Reflex could make it big too. That way I could also drive 8 hours just to go see him. But nah, hey, so your love for music, right?
Yeah.
Your love for music, when I watch your stuff, it comes off natural. It comes off natural. It doesn't seem like you're rushing it. It doesn't seem like you use a lot of energy because it comes natural, that love for it. Now that you're a public figure back home, how do you use this platform to pursue different avenues? Say, for example, healthcare, for example, food, jobs and stuff like that. How do you use this platform to enable a community?
Like right now, I'm coming up with an organization where we just have to. The plan is to make other kids not to go through what I went through. Just being able to sensitize parents to be able to take care of your, appreciate your kids, see their talents even see them before they start doing it. So you can easily support them to get where they can do. It will be easier for them to get to where they want to get if they get full support from the parents. So I'm trying to come up with an association like that where we can sensitize parents and all that. And hopefully with time, maybe we can switch it up to healthcare where we can also sensitize people on a lot of things, tips on health. Because like nowadays, people, like everybody's just scared of AIDS. Meanwhile, it's not really the thing that is killing right now.
Right.
Because it actually has, very soon, I guess there's going to be a cure for it. And it has something that can sustain you for life. So it's not really a threat anymore. But a lot of people, they neglect a lot of things. Like, for instance, hepatitis,
Cancer.
Checking genotypes before getting married and stuff like that to avoid what do you call it again?
The sickle cell thing.
Sickle cell, stuff like that. Like a lot of Africans don't know. They don't know that. So maybe I could switch it up to that level, and so basically those are the plans right now.
Man, that's great, man. Because for me,
and also we've been visiting, but that is just doing underground. We've been doing like aiding some few people when we can with my team. We're still on the ground. We just don't want to
make it public.
We just don't want to make it public, but we underground. We take care of some bills, some people's bills in the hospital, and also we visit some prisons and some orphanages. So those are the things we're doing for now. We're doing on the ground. But what we're going to expose out there would be, sensitizing.
Healthcare is big, and for you to actually do that, I applaud you for that, because most people won't even go close to that. You know what I mean? It's like when you see pregnant mothers, for example, going to the hospital, the home, and the doctors have to put them aside just because they can't afford their bills. It really saddens me, because that's a baby that's about to come out. You know what I mean? How can you put the mother to the side just because she cannot, pay her bill? So for you to, take on that platform, that's really big, man, and salute to you. Let's go back to music, right? Do you feel like you've hit that point where you could say, I've done the most, or I've done something that, I can't surpass?
No, not really. Like, the truth is, a few days ago, I updated, I was talking to a very good friend of mine, a friend who really knows me, and he told me I haven't started yet. Like, we were talking, he asked me the same question, and I told him, I just told him I know I got more to offer, but he told me, man, you are at zero exploitation of your talent. And he kind of said that in a bad way. He was trying to make me feel bad about myself. But that's my boy though. So I was like, what do you mean? He was like, I know you, because he's one of those people who really know where I come from, who really see when I'm producing and how I produce. And he told me, you're still at zero, you know, exploitation of your talent. I'm like, you know what, maybe you're right. And that's how I feel right now. Because when after thinking about it, I felt like that's really true because I haven't done anything yet. I'm just like right now, I'm just really having fun. What's been happening is ever since I've been, just doing music out of the love of it, trying to be original, where I come from I've been, just utilizing all these words we have in Africa. In Cameroon particularly, we have a lot of, so I haven't even exploited, I haven't used, so far I've only used Pidgin, French, Com and Ewundo. So how many more left? We have
over 300.
We have
something.
over 300 something,
yeah.
And there is still the rest of the world because I'm still a citizen of the world. So it means I'm still at 0.0 something. If you want to do, so there's still a lot of music to be done. There's still a lot of arts to be done, and yeah, that's just it.
Man, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at you, I'm like, man, you have you release tracks that, some people can't even, think of writing or think of, producing and stuff like that. But here you say you haven't even started. So that means that's saying that the sky's the limit. You don't even want to hear that.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Yeah.
You drop Move Your Body.
Mm-hmm.
What was the inspiration behind that?
Yeah, Move Your Body was just something I wanted. Like my birthday, 22nd. I just wanted something where my fans will, dance to, celebrate, because that was something I could offer. My fan base is really growing in Africa, in some parts of the world, and I felt like just telling them it's my birthday wasn't enough. I needed to give them something to hold back on, and it had to be something they could dance to. So I did Move Your Body. And yeah.
Great track, by the way. So these two albums that, you have sitting somewhere, do you have the titles for them yet?
Yeah, one is going to be Golden Boy, and the other one, I guess, the other one is going to be Bamenda Boy 2, because there was Bamenda Boy 1. Yeah. And in the cover of Bamenda Boy 1 was me, two faces, one putting on a hat, the other one just regular. But that photo was as local as I laugh at it every time I look at it. So Bamenda Boy 2 is gonna be, with the involvement, it's gonna be the same, pretty much the same kind of cover, but with modifications and with the current Magasco on it. And yeah, that's just gonna be it.
Do you know when you about to release this projects?
I don't know, man. Well, my album Golden Boy is gonna come out this November.
Okay.
Yeah, so
ladies, November. Y'all better watch out for that Golden Boy, Magasco. School. Let's speak a little bit about school.
School.
Yeah.
School, man, I drop out from university in Waikele, second year. But I plan to go back to school though. But I don't know when. I don't know when yet, but I plan to go back to school.
So if you do back, what are you gonna do?
I've been the kind of person who never really liked school because I didn't really see what I learned apart from English and French. Being able to express myself. I didn't really see what I learned, because learning, should be what you want to be in the future. Like going to school, you should have a purpose why you're going to school. Right. If you're sitting in that bench, listening to that teacher, he should be teaching you something that is going to help you tomorrow. Something, he should be telling you how to be who you want to be tomorrow. So being in school, all the time I've been in school, I didn't really see that. I only saw the need to learn how to talk good English and French because I knew I was going to use that.
Right.
But, if I was sent to an art school where I could learn how to play instruments, how to sing, professionally and, how to train my voice and all that, I think I would have graduated because I would be more interested because that's who I wanted to be in the future. So being in a normal school, I was in love with history, but then that wasn't really who I wanted to be the more.
Right.
So it was. I was just the type of guy in school who would just crack jokes in class, who would disturb, who would always be in trouble, because I wasn't really that into, what I'm saying. So I was able to graduate through high school because of my mom. I got so much love for her, and every time, I don't know, maybe she knows. Every time she gets emotional, it kind of touched me, and she came to me and she was so emotional, trying to crying and telling me she wanted me to go through high school. And that was the main reason I made it. Because I was like, okay, let me just do it for you. Mm-hmm. And when I did it, I went to the university. Trust me, I couldn't. Even when she cried, you need to have a degree. I was like, Mom, that degree is not really going to help me. And that's why I say I'll go back to school, because I have skills. I have other skills. It's not only music. Mm-hmm. I'm very, I can draw very well. And I'm also into production, composing music. Just composing, I had to get into production.
Right.
So right now, I feel the need to go back to school and, just iron out all these things. And plus, in drawing, I have so much love in cartoon production, cartoon animation, cartoon movies. I watch a lot of cartoon movies. I love comedy. Mm-hmm. And I create a lot of comedy stuff, and I feel like I have to go back to school and just iron out all these things. And, to do it professionally, I need to really iron out all these things.
Yeah, you don't want to sit and wait when you're 80 years and say, I wish I went back and did that.
So don't be surprised if you hear Magasco is back, going to school.
Man, how you even going to sit in class, being that you're that famous and stuff? How you even going to sit in class with other people?
It's just knowing what you want for your life. It's just knowing, the legacy you want to keep behind. And that's it. I plan to open maybe when I say it, some other person is going to do it. Yeah. But then if they do it, because that's what I want to happen. I want it to happen. There is no cartoon animation school in Cameroon. If I do this, I'll be the first person to open a school like that. Maybe I'll be the first teacher to teach. Mm-hmm. And even if some other person does it, the person's going to need my help because there are not a lot of people doing it.
Right. That's true.
So those are the things that I plan to really do for my country. First of all, empowering myself and doing it for my country.
Yeah, charity begins at home. You have to, empower yourself first to be able to empower other people. Cartoon, though, that's pretty big, considering the fact that, a lot of kids watch cartoon back home, and most of them are foreign and stuff. Mm-hmm. So why not actually have one back home where you train
we
the
can
kids
have our own.
Yeah. To make what to watch and stuff like that. That's dope. Never thought of that. Hey, don't steal his idea, but if you do,
you can. I'm just sharing. I'm sharing because we need to. There are a lot of. That's not the only thing. There are a lot of things we need to bring back home. There are a lot of things we need to set up at home. Mm-hmm. A lot. So.
Man, I don't want to touch this topic, but feel free to decline. Commenting on it if you don't want to. But right now, the political climate back home.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's very shaky.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Every Anglophone knows what's up.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I've never been scared of talking about it. I've been talking about it. The thing is, people out there, they think when you have to talk about something, some people are trying to put pressure. So you talk about it, and putting pressure, they're trying to put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
I've always been vocal about it from day one. From day one, I always told people, listen, we have the right to development. We have the right to feel at home. But then we should follow the right processes, through peace, because really there is the myth or the belief that for changes to come in, there must be sacrifices, and sacrifices, people must die. To me, I don't believe people must die. It pains me the fact that people already lost lives, but really that wasn't really necessary. Because to me, a lot of people be saying, "Oh, it was necessary. People have to die." It wasn't necessary for me because listen, it could have been me. It could have been my brother. It could have been somebody like one of these people who died was a kid brother of a very close friend, and this guy is still traumatized. The truth is nobody's gonna come to him. Even if when we achieve what we achieve,
Right.
what we're fighting for, nobody's gonna go to him like, bro, you lost your kid brother. How could we do to, it's already a forgotten case. They will just say, oh, rest in peace to all those who lost their life. Oh, they were fallen heroes, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I felt like we could look for other ways to do it, like okay, boycotting or whatever is going on right now, and the march, the peaceful protest, all that. Like that's what I've always been vocal about.
Yeah.
I've always been vocal about doing peaceful protests and all that because I really feel bad when I see images of people dead. I always feel like these images stay on my head for days.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I still stand in the same thing. We should go for what we think is right, and there is a God. I keep saying that.
Yeah, that's
there is
true.
a God, and He's gonna intervene.
That's true.
Sooner or later, He's gonna intervene.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So, do you think a separation is the solution?
Well, right there, I can't because I'm not that smart as a politician to tell you separation or federation. All I can really say, because we don't know the consequences.
True.
We don't. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Some people just fighting for separation. Some people fighting for federation. I can honestly, I can't tell you. I have a solution, or I know this one is the best option. Like right now, I've been thinking too, like every other person back home. I just want is the best for Anglophones.
And
for,
peace too.
I just want the best. I just want us to be treated fairly. Like if we could be treated fairly, if we could get an option where we are really sure that if we agree to it and everything is really going to change, then I don't care if it's federation or secession. As long as we know, like if we're certain that we're going to get what we're looking for, then I'll go for it. But now I'm not sure.
Right.
I can't put a finger on any of these things.
So most people say, part of the protest, right? Most artists that come from Bamenda, they could boycott, like performing in all these other French territories and all whatnot. Say Yaoundé, Douala, and all that. What say you to that?
Well, when you say boycott, it's not like when you're going to perform in a French zone or some other place. It's a favor somebody's doing to you. It's our job. It's our job. We get paid for it. It's a business. It's not like Magasco is or any other artist. These artists, you only see them on the TV, but they're not alone. It's always a team. And there's a protocol of business, and this protocol is when you get paid, you have to do this job. You know what I'm saying? So it depends now. It depends on what kind of show you're talking about. That if you want me, like for instance, if say Magasco should be paid to sing something against maybe the struggle, that's where I can tell you no. That's when I'll even tell my team, listen, this is not business anymore. Because you're paying me, but you're paying me to do the wrong thing.
Right.
But listen, if a francophone or whoever calls and is paying me to come entertain, because that's what I was born to do, that's what I've been doing. Ever since I didn't perform because it was a francophone or anglophone or whatever. And by the way, it's not even a war between French and English. It's just a war. It's just a crisis between Anglophones and the system. They're trying to make the system favorable for them.
Facts.
So if you have a low mentality to stoop, if you put it down to English and French, then it's killing the struggle, because that's not even what it is. It's all about, it's just a group of people who feel they could be treated better, and they just want the system to change for their favor, you know.
Word up. Man, is there any advice you got for the struggle and also for up and coming artists?
Well, for the struggle, I would just say we should take measures that wouldn't lead to any loss of lives, because it really hurts every time we lost anybody. And for the up and coming artists, as I said, just believe in yourself. Be ready to invest in yourself if you want some other person to invest in you. You know, so that's basically what it is.
Gotcha. I always, with all our guests and stuff, I always have them define this word, and it's success. What is success to you?
To me, success is being finally, how can I say it? Success is just being happy and fulfilled. When you get that fulfillment, you're successful. Like me already, I'm successful because Bamenda was the dream. My dream was to be popular in Bamenda. My dream was to be a star in Bamenda. I already have that. Any other thing is a bonus. So to me, I'm already happy with my career. If it ends today, if I die today, I'll die very happy because I already achieved everything I had in my head. So,
man, y'all heard the man. Hey, thank you for having to sit down with me.
Yep.
It was fun. Appreciate you, man. Keep doing your thing. Come November, do you have a set date?
November, I'll announce the date soon.
Okay. Yeah, come November, Golden Boy drops. It's gonna be on every
platform,
right?
Platform. Golden Boy is coming up.
Dope. Man, you should do one of those things and just drop all the videos for the album, man. That would be super dope. All the videos.
All the
videos. Just shoot everything and just throw it on the internet. That would be super dope.
Yeah, we're gonna do something like that.
Yeah, easily said than done.
But it's a lot of money though.
Yeah, that's true. Just throwing ideas out there. But hey, man, appreciate you. Talking to the Stuck in the Middle team, man.
All right,
it was fun.
All right, bro. Anytime.
Thank you, sir. Keep doing your thing. Stuck in the Middle. We out.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Stuck in the Middle podcast. You can email us at stuckinthemiddle237@gmail.com. Stay connected with us on social media at SITM Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and SoundCloud. And visit us on the web at sitmpodcast.com.